Thanks, Joe.
Sergeant?
Dr. Douglas? Yes, that's my wife.
I'm sorry about the need for formal identification.
You needn't be. I know the regulations. And I know what goes on behind there. The rubber gloves hanging up to dry, the wood blocks they put their head on, take off the top of the skull. The smell, like an old butcher's shop that's been closed for a week.
Sergeant, what good does this do?
Remind me that some doctor couldn't even bother to see her, killed her. And gave her God knows what to take.
I've been coroner here in Shelburne for only a year. But I've been a long time learning patience. Let's see what Dr. Fenway's got to say at the inquest.
He can wrap it up in any medical jargon he likes. He killed her. I'm going to put him away for it.
Some advice, then. See a lawyer.
Sergeant Allington, doctors kill people every day. Almost always they can't help it. Professional hazard. It's the same way if I slip up, people go to prison.
That's where I want Fenway.
You're wasting your time. If you think there's been negligence, you can bring a civil action. Forget a criminal charge. No chance.
The same anthem as half the lawyers in Shelburne. The respectable Dr. Fenway. Solidarity of the professional classes. That's why I'm here. Nobody else would listen. Will you listen?
We are extremely busy.
Yes, I'll listen. Sit down. Coffee?
Oh, thanks.
Go on.
My wife had only been going to see Fenway for about a year, just to pick up prescriptions mainly.
What for?
Depression.
Why? Money? You?
No. I was promoted. Policemen's jobs are getting riskier all the time. She was terrified if I stepped out of the front door. She was crying a lot. Fenway put her on antidepressants.
That sounds straightforward enough.
Then she started worrying about her weight. She went to see Fenway on Wednesday to pick up some weight-reducing pills. She rang me about it. I was on late duty. Then this headache started. She telephoned Fenway, and he told her to take a couple of aspirins. Half an hour later, she rang me again. I could hardly understand what she was saying. I went home, picked her up off the kitchen floor, called an ambulance. 5 minutes after we arrived at the hospital, she was dead.
Of course, Allington was angry. Well, they always are. It's always the poor old doctor who's in the firing line.
He wasn't angry when he came to see me, Dr. Fenway. He wanted a lawyer, and he was using a notebook and a lot of determination. And he was upset.
That's the only reason I haven't asked his superiors to have a word with him.
I tried to tell him as gently as I could, then refused to act. But if he keeps his allegations up, he'll be in trouble.
Any solicitor would be a fool to take him on. What do you think, Dr. Douglas?
Oh, I don't think I'm free to think anything. I shall open an inquest, adjourn it so that the funeral arrangements can be made, and then see what any inquiries bring up. Any discussion at this stage is probably unethical as well as improper. Now, should we talk about this hospital committee?
Will you take it on?
I'll think about it.
Does that mean no? Like the rest?
It means I'll think about it. Shuffle the facts, look at the law, work out the odds. If I still think you're wasting your time, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Well, thanks for listening anyway.
Keep well away from this one, David. It's based on a wild story. Do you no good at all in a town like Shelburne?
Not so sure. Waiting room's empty anyway, and there's nothing like a flashy crusade against pillars of the community to drag the customers in.
You don't really believe that?
No, only part of it. I did believe Allington.
Might we get on with some real work now? I, for one, have a great deal to do.
Sorry, Henry. Idleness slowing me down, I suppose. Days of wine and roses.
Tap water and plastic tulips, more like.
I think they call it disenchantment.
Which I must say I'm beginning to share. Here, as requested by Fishers, are their legal files. I'm not best pleased at losing a 3,000-year retainer, even to you.
The Leeds office hashed the last Fisher job. That's why I got the retainer. It's still only one morning's work a week.
Do you want me to go through these files with you? I have another appointment in half an hour.
No, Henry. If you're handing over the Fisher files personally, they'll have your brand of midnight oil on them, and that's proof against anything except the more violent acts of God. What you can do is sit down, put your feet up, have a glass of sherry, and relax for a minute.
Oh, thank you. No, David. I can use the time to check papers for my next meeting.
When did you last have a day off?
You sound like a shop steward. It does not become you.
Yes, David, I know my father is, as you put it, tearing around London in some sort of demented second professional childhood. And yes, I am worried about it. That's what I want to see you about on Friday. Thank you anyway. Yes, goodbye. I'm so sorry.
David really doesn't have enough to do if he's setting up a branch office of the Samaritans.
He was always fond of my father.
But he isn't finding it easy to get work.
What, David? Oh, no, struck off. That's what people remember. Not as being restored. Give a dog a bad name, then you don't give him any work. Yes, and while the subject's on the table, why didn't you give him this? He'd have done it quicker, cheaper, and probably better.
Because I don't want him involved just yet.
Walter?
Hello, David. Peter Jarrett wasn't very pleased when you said you wanted me to go up to Shelburne. He had to replace me on a disputed maintenance case. Some stockbroker. Little fella. He only needed 2 hours sleep a night. Just keeping track of him, the other 6 were nearly killing me. No beer?
Oh, it's on the shelf over there. Inga says refrigerators offer food.
I don't mind warm food. I don't like warm beer.
You wait till your coat hangers are labelled 1 to 6 so that you wear your suits in rotation.
What happened Sunday? Nudism?
Have a scotch.
Thanks. Oh, what's up in Shelburne?
A detective sergeant's wife died. He thinks the doctor killed her. So, I want you to take a walk around the detective sergeant, Ray Allington, and a close look at a Dr. Fenway, and even closer look at the coroner, Robert Douglas. Qualifications, experience, interests. I want to know how good a coroner he is. It's all here.
Right, well, let me get a decent night's sleep for once, and I'm on my way.
Walter, hello. Are you working for us again?
Courtesy of Peter Jarrett, the first train to Shelburne tomorrow.
You're not taking on that silly doctor case, are you? David?
Evening all.
Are you?
I'm thinking about it.
You and half a library. You said it was a waste of time.
There's plenty of that.
You said it was hopeless.
Probably. Unless I can ask the right questions in the right order and get this Dr. Fenway to fall over them.
David, we were supposed to be going to the theatre.
Couldn't you ring Astrid? Ask her to go.
Or Andrew Redford. He's in town.
Well, you know me in theatres.
Yes, I know. The seats are built for midgets, and you need 3 fist fights to get drinks in the interval. You don't change. You'd rather get on with some hopeless case in law because that's where the real energy and enjoyment are. And everything else comes second. Everything.
No argument.
No. There isn't one. Just fact.
You are Detective Sergeant Raymond Allington, and you have identified your wife, Grace Allington, for me under oath. Because of the unusual circumstances, you understand I am bound by law to hold an inquest. However, I shall now adjourn this and meanwhile sign this burial form, which gives you authority to carry out the funeral.
I find the situation quite intolerable, Mr. Redford, and I have insisted that Dr. Fenway take immediate legal advice and action.
What action, Mrs. Fenway?
Well, defamation, slander, whatever you call it. You're the lawyer.
I have already spoken to the superintendent, and Sergeant Allington will be asked to take a few days' leave. After the inquest, if he still keeps up this preposterous allegation that I killed his wife, then we'll see.
Yes, that's what I recommend.
If these people realized how hard the doctor works, his general list, his hospital committees, they wouldn't be so ready to come in whining about the slightest ailment. Or telephoning at all hours when the doctor's trying to get some rest.
That's my job, Marjorie. Andrew, I'd like you to act for me, will you?
Yes, of course. Talk to your defense fund boys first, sir. I mean, if anybody can hold up the courtroom big guns, it's the medical profession.
Yes, I know that. I pay my £25 a year for cover against possible lawsuits.
When you go into battle, you've got the charge of the legal light brigade behind you. Only this lot don't lose. They pick the best. Talk to your fund secretary.
I've already done so. You will be receiving formal instructions to represent me.
Ah, good, good. Do we know who's representing Allington? No.
Well, it can't possibly be anyone respectable. Some shabby, hole-and-corner divorce tout.
Extra pharmacopoeia? Not thinking of setting up a chain of chemist shops, are you?
No, thanks. Mr. Boot beat me to it. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Ah, what seems to be the trouble, you mean?
Sorry, all this medical law's given me a bedside manner.
You always had that.
You leave my evenings out of this, Margaret.
I miss you. You know that?
Yeah, and you worry about Henry.
Well, don't you?
Yes.
The Leeds practice has lost a lot of business. Without you there now, we don't stand a chance of making it out. I'm offering you a partnership.
That's still for £30,000?
No, free. Your own terms. Just come back and take some of the load.
No.
Why?
Henry, when I was restored, he refused to reinstate me to partnership because of his principles. Well, they haven't changed, nor should they.
Then how do I make him slow down? Tell him he's old and he deserves a rest? How do I go on watching him? Grey-faced after a day's work that would have killed a man half his age. How?
Well, there is one solution.
What?
It's pretty drastic. So I have one more go at gentle persuasion, and if it doesn't work, I'll come up.
You've been asking questions about me.
That's right.
Now's your chance to get nosy in person. Then it's my turn, here and outside. What's it all about?
We're carrying out a market research survey on coppers who lose their temper without knowing the facts. I've also been nosy about Dr. Fenway and the local coroner.
Who are you working for?
The usual. Wife, kids, and the taxman.
Look!
You want to start again?
Yes. I'm sorry. Can I put one in there for you?
Thanks.
I'm a bit touchy. Too many questions. Too much leaning. Take some leave. You can't go around accusing doctors of murdering your wife. Even if they have.
Can you prove it?
Yeah.
No, don't get up. Try holding that book and you'll do yourself a mischief. Why is it all law books are designed for weightlifters?
Hello, Laura. Nice to see you.
And I don't want any free advice or anything. Just a slurp of your gin, pat you on the head, see how you are. If it's convenient.
Always.
Where's your girl Thursday?
Friday.
Thursday? Any lady as efficient as she is bound to be a day early.
At least we never run out of ice.
Must be her Eskimo plant.
She's Norwegian.
I knew it was something like that. How's business?
Sluggish. Business, Laura.
Well, it doesn't bother me, Mr. Maine. I've got to the stage where an objective second opinion, especially a woman's, might help.
All right, Walter, let's have it.
Well, the coroner, Robert Douglas, one of the few with dual qualifications, medicine and law. He can make more money at either, so he's a coroner because he wants to be.
Well, that makes everybody lucky, especially Shelborough.
And Dr. Fenway's a bit of a puzzle. It's a bit disorganised, means well, a bit old-fashioned, conscientious. Probably tries to take too much on when he's got a wife like an old-time workhouse master. But it's all here, I'll type it up.
There might be no need. Sergeant, do you have any idea of the finances of this?
I thought legal aid would cover it.
It's a coroner's court. You're not entitled to legal aid. Except for the £25 worth of free advice I can give you on a green form, and that ran out yesterday. Whereas Dr. Fenway has a medical fighting fund for legal expenses with a pocket that reaches Australia.
Don't worry about the money. I've got a house I rattle around in. It's worth 9,000, 2/3 paid for. I'll sell it. You just come to me when I owe you 6,000 and I'll start borrowing again.
What do you really want, Sergeant?
What I want every day of my job. Somebody does something wrong, I nick him, he goes to trial. Why not with doctors? What makes them so holy? Look, if Fenway had killed my wife with a car or a gun, he'd be in the dock. Why not with pills and drugs? All I want's a trial.
No hope at all. In the last 50 years, no doctor has ever been convicted of medical manslaughter unless it was for criminal abortion.
Then the law's wrong.
It often is. There are lots of civil actions, lots of fat payments for negligence, lots of compensation.
Payoffs. I don't want that. Doctors must have been done for manslaughter before.
They have. I'll tell you about it. And this is the bit where anybody who's squeamish leaves the room. The major precedent for medical manslaughter is in 1925. A doctor was delivering a baby. The baby was born. The doctor went in to remove the afterbirth and ripped out the uterus as well. The woman died. The doctor was convicted of manslaughter.
So?
Then he was acquitted on appeal. So, what chance do you stand? And do you see what you're up against?
Yes. Even more than before.
You sound like some early Christian who can't wait to see what a lion looks like.
Belief. Yes, if that's what you mean.
I think I do. And if you still want a lawyer, you've got one.
A heart attack, anything. David, all Fenway dished out were pills that thousands of women are taking by the million. All right. All right. Bye, David. See you in court.
You're looking pleased with yourself.
Yes, I am. Fat medical case and the prospect of beating David Maine's head in. Professionally, of course. I did ask you to warn him.
So you did, at length. My favourite topic at cosy after-theatre suppers.
Why is he doing it?
It's a case in law. His only interest. He doesn't ski, doesn't ride, doesn't play golf. Do you?
Yes, all badly. Also get drunk, take days off to go shooting, and have been known, especially since you don't have to learn the steps now, to dance. Will you have dinner with me tonight?
David's coming up. For the inquest tomorrow.
Ah, well.
And yes, I would love to have dinner with you.
7:30.
That would be fine.
Right.
You wanted to see me?
Oh, yes, Dr. Fenway, thank you for dropping in. It's just one tiny thing. Do you keep copies or notes of prescriptions, especially the one you gave Mrs. Allington?
I didn't give her a prescription.
Father, I want you to take David back into partnership.
No, Margaret. Emphatically not. I admire and respect David, but the reputation of this practice has been damaged enough without taking a struck-off solicitor back into his former partnership.
Well, if you won't take David back, will you take on less work? Look, we can cut back. We can afford to.
At the moment, yes, but the future, who knows?
Well, if you go on like this, Father, your future is going to be in a box of brass handles.
Margaret, I'm aware of your daughterly solicitude. I'd be obliged if you'd restrict it to our own fireside. Whilst you're in this office, you are the junior partner in a practice of law. Now, the conduct of this practice, and indeed my own part in it, is a matter exclusively for me.
Yes. No, I promise you it's true. This man spent half his life trying to cross carrier pigeons with woodpeckers so they could knock on the door when they delivered a message.
Hello, Andrew. Mother wanted to gossip about her Fisher shares. Seemed a bit fed up I wasn't staying. I'm at the Crown.
Night before the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll make sure the housekeeper's organised your room. No other cures, are David?
Good dinner?
Yes. Yes, it was.
I haven't heard you laugh like that for a long time.
No. And it was my own fault.
2 words should be deleted from the language. Fault and blame.
I tried to organize you and forgot the rest.
It's happened before and failed. Life's an ambush, Inga. The only way to live it is as a moving target.
So it went sour. It was my fault.
No.
So end of the line.
Not end of the line, just one more stop on the way to the terminus. For you, at least. Otherwise, it's waste. And you taught me to avoid waste. I'd hate to cause it.
Oh, you don't. And now you won't let other people.
And you, especially.
Thank you for that.
There's always an end to all the songs. You just cherish echoes for me.
Good luck tomorrow. I won't be needing the room, Andrew. I'm going back to London to pack.
Mr. Allington, you say that on the night of her death, your wife telephoned Dr. Fenway. Did she often have occasion to telephone him?
Not lately, no.
And before then?
Once or twice a week for the last 6 months.
And did Dr. Fenway visit your wife as a result of these calls?
Sometimes, but he usually left a prescription at the surgery.
What was the ailment for which your wife telephoned Dr. Fenway?
Depression. That's when he started to give her the tablets.
And he was always ready to visit her. Would you call this the conduct of a thorough and conscientious physician?
I'm sure I would, Mr. Redford.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Allington, did your late wife see any other doctors at any time?
Yes, sir. We were trying to have children. I sent her to London to see specialists.
Did they carry out a complete medical checkup on your wife?
Yes, sir. The clinic put in a report.
Did Dr. Fenway receive this report?
Yes, sir.
This court would also like to see a copy.
Do you now produce a copy of the clinic's report on your wife?
I do.
Did the report on your wife's health show any abnormalities? Heart, lungs, anything?
None at all. The only thing to watch for was her blood pressure. It was up a bit.
Thank you. Will you now describe the exact sequence of events prior to your wife's death?
She was on these antidepressants. And then she started to worry about her weight. Dr. Fenway made out a diet sheet for her, but it was no good. So he said that the next time she came in for the antidepressants, he would give her something to reduce her appetite, which he did.
And you saw her take both drugs?
In the prescribed quantities. She was very careful about that.
Anything else?
The doctors at the hospital said that if we'd brought her in at the beginning of the headache, she might have stood a chance.
Thank you.
Call the pathologist, please.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You're Dr. John Paulton, pathologist at Shelburne Hospital.
I am, sir.
And you conducted a post-mortem on the late Mrs. Grace Allington?
I did, sir.
And?
I examined the body of a slightly obese woman aged approximately 35. There were no visible signs of injury. There was a considerable amount of subarachnoid hemorrhage from a ruptured aneurysm of the circle of Willis. I give as the cause of death subarachnoid hemorrhage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Is this a form of stroke, Doctor?
Well, a subarachnoid hemorrhage is a rupturing of the blood vessels close to the brain, not actually in the brain itself.
Dr. Paulton, would a person with slightly higher than average blood pressure be more susceptible to this type of brain hemorrhage?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is it also true to say, Doctor, that a subarachnoid hemorrhage is also a perfectly natural cause of death?
Yes.
Thank you.
Dr. Fenway, will you describe the treatment prescribed by you for the late Mrs. Allington?
Yes. She was on antidepressants. Quite successfully, I thought. She was stable enough. It was just a passing phase and nothing serious. I found the same treatment enormously helpful with menopausal depression. It's quite common.
What type of antidepressant?
A monoamine oxidase inhibitor. I have not had much experience with the tricyclics, and these have always worked for me.
And the other treatment?
Weight-reducing pills. Again, quite common. Often a side effect of depression. Women sit at home, they get bored, eat too much. Both drugs are in common use. Thousands of women are taking them.
Dr. Fenway, how large is your list of patients?
About 4,000.
Higher than the urban average?
Yes.
Why is this?
Well, Shelburne is like anywhere else. Doctors keep emigrating. Somebody's got to take on their patients.
And Dr. Fenway, you are paid on a per capita basis for each patient?
Yes.
And the more patients you have, the more money you make.
Sir, I must object most strongly to these questions. They're improper, irrelevant, and have absolutely no bearing on this inquiry.
I entirely agree, Mr. Redford. I would like you to remember, Mr. Maine, that the purpose of this court is to determine the cause of death. I will not be ringmaster at a circus for competing legal acrobats.
Dr. Fenway, are you confident that you're capable of allocating sufficient time and attention to each patient?
Yes, Mr. Maine, I am. I work 65 hours a week at it.
Oh, would you advise any of your patients to work those hours and remain efficient?
Mr. Maine?
Dr. Fenway, did you read the clinic's report on Mrs. Allington referred to by her husband?
Of course.
Had you ever taken Mrs. Allington's blood pressure?
I suppose so.
Did you?
Well, is it important?
It's important enough for me to repeat the question, Dr. Fenway.
Well, I can't truthfully say that there is any record of my actually having taken Mrs. Allington's blood pressure.
Thank you. I shall take this slowly, sir. I'm a lawyer, not a doctor. Is it true that increased adrenaline increases blood pressure?
Yes.
And that adrenaline is controlled by an enzyme in the body?
Yes.
Now, is this enzyme destroyed by the antidepressant which you prescribed for Mrs. Allington, monoamine oxidase inhibitor?
That is the normal clinical effect, yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, in conjunction with this antidepressant, you also prescribed a weight-reducing pill. Was this an amphetamine-type pill?
It was not described as such, no.
But are there cases where drugs, which are not explicitly described as such, can have the same effect as amphetamine, that they in fact increase adrenaline?
Yes.
And you prescribed this when the enzyme which limits adrenaline had already been suppressed by the first drug you prescribed, the antidepressant, when in fact the body's own defense mechanism had been destroyed.
I've told you both drugs are in common use.
Given together, would these drugs massively increase the adrenaline and therefore the blood pressure?
I think we both know the answer, Doctor.
The answer is yes.
Thank you. Now, did it occur to you, Dr. Fenway, that Mrs. Allington's reaction, the severe headache, was typical of a patient on the antidepressant prescribed by you, who then takes a weight-reducing pill of the amphetamine type, which increases adrenaline?
I can't say that it did, no.
It then did not occur to you, when you prescribed the second drug to a patient whose blood pressure was higher than normal, that the combination of treatments could prove fatal.
Sir, with respect, I regard that question as highly improper.
Why, Mr. Redford?
It is a matter for a civil court, not a coroner's inquest.
You will allow me to decide that. I am entitled in law to hear Dr. Fenway's answer, which he will now give.
In that case, I am forced to object on the purely technical grounds of self-incrimination.
Are you suggesting that it is a criminal offence to give incompatible drugs, Mr. Redford? If not, what are you suggesting that any self-incrimination might be?
Technically, and only technically, sir. Manslaughter.
In view of what you've just said, Mr. Redford, I have no alternative but to adjourn this inquest for further inquiries to be made.
Dr. Fenway, this is Mr. Joseph Shelton, your barrister and a Queen's Counsel.
I've read about you in the medical press, Mr. Shelton. I'm very pleased to see you, and much relieved.
Mr. Redford sent me the papers. This is going to be far from easy.
Well, I'm glad he's done something. He wasn't much use to me in court.
There was very little he could do, Dr. Fenway. He was given no chance. Faced with a very shrewd tactical cross-examination, all he could properly do was object.
I'm sorry, Andrew.
Now, it's a coroner's jury. I'm not allowed to make speeches at them. I don't have any right of argument, but then Maine can't produce a load of doubtful specialists either. From what I hear, he's not above the odd spot of sharp practice.
Mr. Castleton, your daughter has asked for my professional advice on the conduct of this practice.
Mr. Castleton, the conduct of this practice?
Yes, I've listened to the facts, and my advice to her is to dissolve the partnership. This is a course of action which Miss Castleton can instigate. It entails the realization of all assets pertaining to the partnership and their equitable distribution. It also entails...
I know what it entails. Would you kindly give me the grounds for this advice?
Miss Castleton will, of course, resume practice on her own. The practice will be much smaller, but this is infinitely preferable to the risks and responsibilities she will be forced to assume in the event of your dropping dead in the middle of your current and extremely heavy workload.
I have no intention of dropping dead.
I have here figures from 3 insurance companies as to its actuarial likelihood. The alternative advice, Miss Castleton, is for your father to resign from this practice and act as a consultant on stipulated conditions, clients, and hours.
Impertinence.
Well, Margaret just came to me first, Henry. Ask any other lawyers what they think.
I most certainly shall.
Now, should you decide to retire from active partnership and become a consultant, I shall be honored if you would act in that capacity for my own practice, such as it is. I would also fully understand any refusal on your part so to act. Goodbye, Margaret. And it's for your own good. Yes, Walter? Yep, fine. That's good news. See Douglas. Tell him about Fenway's receptionist and the other one. That's right, Leighton. Tell him why, and he'll get the summonses out.
David Maine, you're a fool. You light up like a bonfire at some news about a tuppenny halfpenny coroner's inquest that'll earn you peanuts. And you turn down a future with your own private jet.
Laura, I didn't turn it down.
But you will. Look, what have you got here? The rent paid till the end of the year and great prospects as a legal leper. How much of a hammering have you got to take? Drop it all.
I can't. I'm a lawyer. That's what I do.
Let's take it again, slowly. I've bought out Charles Arkwright's interests in ACM. I own an engineering company worth £400,000.
Why were you all so secretive about that deal?
Had to be. Alan Hartman says, and he should know, that you're about the toughest businessman he's ever met. That plus being a lawyer. I want you to take over ACM as managing director. Free hand. Name your own salary, terms, stock options, whatever.
I'm nobody's managing director, Laura. I'm a soloist or I'm nothing.
How do you know? You've never tried.
As the man said when somebody asked him if he could play the euphonium. Buy your dinner.
I'm not giving up. I'll buy you dinner.
Are you organising me?
Oh, no, never. Your Norwegian snow maiden made that mistake, and look where it got her. Single beds and memories. Darn your own damn socks.
David, I've decided to retire and become a consultant to this practice. I shall be pleased to act in the same capacity for yours, if the offer still holds.
What's this?
I've just won an extremely important case in the English High Court. I'm now told that the judge's ruling is to be questioned and that the appeal is to be heard in the European Court of Justice in Luxembourg. I was never any good at languages, and I've no wish to participate in the dissolution of 700 years of English legal sovereignty. And I have no wish to join a Republican polyglot rabble of lawyers whose foreign precedents are not mine.
Well, I'm glad, whatever the reasons.
So, a consultant. I shall fit exactly the classical definition of the harlot. Power without responsibility.
No, not exactly that, Father.
Well, I hope so. Harlots are reputed to enjoy themselves. I'm rather looking forward to it.
Somebody's been putting something in his cornflakes.
I think I'd better run you to Shelburne. You're running that inquest case.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Members of the jury, there has already been one inquest without a jury, which I adjourned so that further inquiries could be made by the police. These have now been made, and the Director of Public Prosecutions has found no cause to take action. Your name is Harold Layton, and you work as the local salesman for a firm of drug manufacturers?
Sales representative, yes, sir.
Mr. Layton, did you call on Dr. Fenway on July the 2nd?
Yes, sir.
Did you see the doctor?
No, sir, he was out. His receptionist didn't know when he'd be back. He was at a hospital meeting. I gave her the samples and literature and left.
What samples, Mr. Layton?
Weight-reducing pills, sir.
Of the amphetamine type?
Yes, sir. Or at least with a similar action.
Yeah. Thank you. Mr. Shelton?
Mr. Layton, is it common for doctors to be too busy to see you?
Most of the time. You're lucky if you get in to see 1 in 10. You leave the staff chat with the receptionist, hope she'll pass on the details.
Thank you.
Mr. Layton, were the weight-reducing pills the only ones you left?
Yes, sir.
Were they a new drug?
No, sir, but we'd been doing a lot of advertising and we managed to get the price down. Dr. Fenway thought they were a bit expensive before. He was very careful about price.
Mm-hmm. And had you left any samples of this drug with Dr. Fenway before July the 2nd?
No, sir.
And were these drug samples accompanied by a data sheet?
Oh, yes, that's the law.
All pharmaceutical manufacturers are bound by statutory duty, the Medicines Act of 1968, to give a full description of any drug, its use in treatment, And any possible side effects.
Well, could I ask, sir, if there is any statutory duty on the doctor to read the data sheets to find out about a new drug?
No, Mr. Main, there is not. Unfortunately, in my opinion.
Thank you, sir.
That will be all, Mr. Layton. Call Miss Dorothy Yeldon, please. Will you take the oath, please, Miss Yeldon?
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Your name is Dorothy Yeldon, and you work as a receptionist for Dr. Fenway?
Secretary receptionist, sir.
Miss Yeldon, do you remember Mrs. Allington's visit to Dr. Fenway on July the 2nd?
Yes, sir. It was at the end of surgery. Dr. Fenway was very busy. A committee meeting had just been cancelled, and he was trying to reach people to rearrange it.
Did Dr. Fenway, in fact, see Mrs. Allington?
No, sir, but they talked on the phone. He said it was routine, simple overweight. Mrs. Allington waited for half an hour, then I buzzed through on the intercom. He told me to come in and gave me the samples Mr. Layton had just left, and told me to give them to Mrs. Allington.
I see. So Mrs. Allington, therefore, received manufacturer's samples rather than a prescription?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Shelton?
I wonder if you'd be good enough to tell us about the usual practice on samples?
It's quite usual for manufacturer's samples to be given direct to the patient. It saves time, taxpayers' money, and often relieves symptoms more quickly.
Thank you.
Miss Yeldon, could you tell us why you're leaving Dr. Fenway's employ at the end of the month?
And another inexperienced terrier disappears down an empty rabbit hole.
Which has also been known to happen to distinguished barristers, Mr. Shelton. Miss Yeldon?
I trained as a medical secretary. It's specialized, but it's what I enjoy. But not the hours I'm having to work now, and the patients taking it out on me if Dr. Fenway's busy and they have to wait.
Thank you, Miss Yeldon.
I don't think David will change his mind. And I could have warned you.
Well, it's too late now. I own ACM.
Now, we'd better get on to a good firm of management consultants. They can start looking for someone.
Well, that's going to take time. A month, 2 months.
Easily.
Well, I'll leave you the address where I'll be. Will you tell David?
Dr. Fenway, did you specify to your receptionist the type of weight-reducing pill to be given to Mrs. Allington?
Yes, sir. I thought we might try the one left by Mr. Layton.
Had you read the data sheet?
No, sir.
You were not, therefore, aware that an amphetamine-type weight-reducing drug might produce an adverse reaction if taken in conjunction with an antidepressant, which is a monoamine oxidase inhibitor?
No, sir, I was not.
Mr. Main?
If I understand it, sir, the purpose of a data sheet on a drug is to translate the pharmaceutical technology into language comprehensible to the average general practitioner.
Roughly speaking, yes.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Fenway, have you since read the data sheet on the drug you were using for the first time?
Yes.
Does it contain the words, must not be used in conjunction with the antidepressant you had been prescribing for Mrs. Allington for almost a year?
Yes, it does.
Had you known this, would you have treated her telephone call and symptoms on the night of her death as an emergency?
Probably.
Probably. Thank you, Doctor.
Dr. Fenway, I'd like to get down to the realities of a busy medical practice. Your list of patients is, I believe, larger than average. How many urgent life or death cases are you involved with every week?
Several.
And would you regard overweight as an urgent case?
Not particularly, no.
But Mrs. Allington did.
Yes.
What was the committee meeting you were trying to rearrange when Mrs. Allington called?
At the hospital, to arrange adequate supplies of flu vaccine.
And why was this important?
Well, the last epidemic was a new strain, viral flu.
And people have died from this?
Oh, yes. Particularly the elderly.
And you regarded this as more important than the problems of an overweight woman?
At the time, yes.
Exactly so. Now, Mr. Main has referred to the words must not be used on the data sheet. Do you infer from these words a causal relationship between an amphetamine-type weight-reducing pill and a subarachnoid hemorrhage?
Not entirely, no. It's a warning. A manufacturer's safeguard, if you like. The whole subject is quite specialized. I'm not sure that the unqualified person would understand it.
Doctor, Did you have any reason whatsoever to suppose that the drugs you prescribed for Mrs. Allington would prove harmful?
None. And I have, after all, been a doctor for some years.
In a word, Doctor, would you have prescribed these drugs had you suspected for one moment the possibility of any dangerous side effects?
Never.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's now my task as coroner to explain to you what you must decide. If Dr. Fenway's actions and omissions to act are to you ordinary forgetfulness or perhaps a slight want of skill, a verdict of misadventure would be appropriate. But if you feel, having weighed all that the doctor did and omitted to do, that a civil remedy is not enough, you may consider that you should commit him for the crime of manslaughter. Now let me review the facts.
On a fast count, I spent more than a third of my life in courtrooms. Copper, then working for David Main. I'd rather chew my nails in here.
Better for the digestion. You were right. I'm getting a run for my money.
Hey, you better go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you arrived at your verdict?
Yes, sir, we have. Manslaughter.
Thank you, Mr. Foreman. In view of the findings of the jury, I am bound to commit Dr. Stephen Fenway to the next session of Shelborough Crown Court on a charge of manslaughter.
Bail, sir.
Granted. £50. This court is adjourned.
What happens now? Will you go inside?
Not a chance. He'll roll up to Crown Court. The Director of Public Prosecutions won't present any evidence. He'll be acquitted. Death by therapeutic misadventure.
What's all this been for? What exactly have we managed?
Sew up a watertight case for a civil action, negligence and damages. It'll only be about £2,000, and it won't bring your wife back, but... Well, you got what you wanted.
Yes.
Can't say I'm enamoured of your methods, man.
Give him a handkerchief, Andrew. Second door down on the left if you want to go cry.
This isn't going to do you much good in Shelborough. I had a message from Fisher. Plays golf with Fenway, and you're on a retainer to him.
To think you wanted to take me into partnership.
Well, it stays the same. I just might want better terms.
Not in your favour, no deal. This case is just another example of natural selection. You make as many friends as you make enemies. Chance you take. I could be suing doctors for the next 5 years and clean up. And join.
Not very much.
Is there something else, Mr. Main?
No, sir. Just looking at the coat of arms.
Take your time. And we're there for a few years yet.
I know. Well, Walter?
I wouldn't take any heavy bets on your future in Shelborough.
No, me.
Well, there was a message from Miss Granton with an address in the Bahamas. Send a cable if you change your mind about becoming a millionaire. You want the address?
No, I wouldn't use it.
And Inga's back in Norway. It's a bit like an old Foreign Legion film, when the fort's got empty spaces where the soldiers used to be. Drink?
No, thanks, Walter. I'll just sit here for a while.
What for?
Think about life and times. The keyhole with the usual draft blowing through it, called the future.